welcome back, guys. This is part 2 of our Tower Rush series. Let's get this replay paused at the 15-second mark at the 1x speed, and we can get this thing underway. Today's game actually features me playing, as opposed to part 1, when it was just kind of analyzing how two other players would play. I hope I really didn't put the anal and analyze in that one, but oh well, we'll see how this goes. We'll see if I compare and contrast in certain ways. This is Night Alpha on Total Rock. Hopefully you have gathered that right now. So, what can I tell you? Actually, there's no starting PMs that I can address right now, so actually I can get this replay started right away. If you're not at this mark, guys, just get it paused at the 15-second mark, 1x speed, standard procedure. It's been going on like that for, good God, 2 years. Jeez, can't believe it. Anyways, guys, let's get this unpaused in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, unpause. As for the whole fog of war thing, I'm going to view the replay with the whole entire map revealed, so I can sort of tell you guys the whole entire spiel that's going on. Now, this is I was playing on Europe here, just cruising on through, and I came across a Night Elf on Night Elf game, so I realized that since this is my Europe account, I'm going to be all I do on Europe is practice new strategies, see how they work, and even if here's one of the things that some people do: they try out a strategy and they lose with it, but they never do that strategy ever again. Don't do that. The point of trying out strategies is getting them to perfection. Perhaps the player that you played was a little bit good and could handle somebody trying out a brand new strategy for the very first time. So, perhaps it can work if you sharpen it up a bit. That's how I sort of learned the Alchemist and the Panda strat that I showed you guys with a massive armor reduction and all that stuff. Actually, once 1.17 came out, I was practicing that for about a month, just to make sure that there are no errors in it that I'm going to be showing to you guys, that what I'm showing you is actually, a credible strategy that you can actually use, not just something that's like, oh, that's kind of cool, it wins sometimes, it's fun as hell to do, like Necro Wagons. So, goddamn, whatever happened to that strategy? Necro Wagons. God, I miss that. Oh, man. Anyways, we're just basically scouting out right here. So this new strat, well, it's hardly new, but it's new to me because I don't do it too much. I'm going to go for a fast tech, and I realize if I just keep my Demon Hunter sent towards his base and just attack whatever I can, hopefully it'll draw their hero towards their base and away from mine, to where I can start constructing my own buildings safely, where they won't come under any attack. Typically, I will construct an Ancient Protector. Now, after this match, what I would do, I would construct my Hunter's Hall first, and once I reach my first 100, and keep making wisps out of my Tree of Life. So what that does to me, sure, my tech is about 10 seconds too late, but what it does is that I can, first of all, I won't have to start making wisps once I reach tier 2. I'll already have all of that lumber ready to go. And it also beefs up a little defense, because once the Hunter's Hall is complete, the wisp that completes the Hunter's Hall, that goes for an Ancient Protector. And sometimes when you get your Ancient Protector out, once your Hunter's Hall finishes and say this type of build, it'll be too late. They're going to be in your base, ready to do all the damage possible. So what I'm doing here, I'm just trying to deal all the damage possible towards his base. And a helpful hint, if you look at Dub's base, and you look below his Tree of Life, how you see those 3 wisps over there? Well, if you came across his base and you see like a line of wisps like that, you really won't see the line now because he's moving those out of the way. When you see a line like those, don't pay all this attention towards it. Just right-click on a wisp, hold Shift, hit the rest of the 3. He'll do his own thing, and you got to pay attention to your base, especially when you're teching here, especially when you got to keep all of these wisps alive and well. And I don't know. Check this out, though. I could have pulled off a surround on this priestess by just one demon hunter right there, but I didn't move up a little bit. Ugh. Horrible. So, about those 3 wisps, yep, that's right, he's going to go for an Ancient Protector rush. Now, with me right about towards Tier 2, I don't have anything in the middle, and I should bring a wisp there right now, but I'm sort of paying attention to what's going on in my base. Now, once I saw all this going down, and I sort of assessed what's up here, immediately I start making an Ancient Protector, and getting my Ancient of Lore out there so I can at least start to work on some Tier 2, so I'm not falling behind where I can actually make units. So, once the Priestess is totally drained out of mana, I should have actually waited to see what hero is coming towards me before I get my skill, because evasion would do so much better right now. So, anyhow, I'm just weakening these Ancient Protectors as much as I can so he can at least waste as much resource as possible, because I realize with what he's got against me right now, see what this is doing? He's thinking that, alright, he's wasting his time hitting buildings while I'm tearing apart his Demon Hunter. Well, while that was going on, it gave plenty of time for that Ancient Protector that I'm building right now to complete. And now I'll actually have sort of a buffer zone established to where the battle can still go on, and it's not just he slowly advances into my base. So, after looking at what he has, I'm going to choose a hero now. The hero choice is very much different to what I usually get. I usually only get this hero in 2s, but I am planning on getting the Pit Lord. Now, why the Pit Lord? And I'm going for Rain of Fire first, is because it'll give me, well, just imagine it right now. You're seeing a Rain of Fire going down on that Ancient Protector and all that lovely stuff. And so, also, he has a Priestess of the Moon out. When you get Howl of Terror, that Priestess of the Moon turns into an elaborate range unit. I mean, it really won't do much. It'll totally cancel out their aura, and then some. It'll do much more of a wicked job. Helpful little hint as you're getting Tower Rush as well. If you know a building's going to go down in like 5 seconds, construct the exact same building at a different location, such as that Moonwell that was going to go down. Hell, I know it's going to go down. There's nothing I can do to save it, so I'm just going to move it to a different location, start constructing another Moonwell. And I should have done that a little earlier now, because I'm only at 20 out of 20 food, and I can still be producing. I'm actually, can't get that Pit Lord yet, so, Now, why don't I get Howl of Terror first? Some of you might be asking. It's because, sure, the Huntresses will be weak, but sure, once that Howl of Terror resolves on them, they're just going to run them back and just hide behind these towers, and they're still going to have a priority in this battle. I want to have something that's going to drag them out there. I don't have Glaive Throwers, so I'm going to need something that'll make him think, alright, crap, I got to do something about this, so I got to run into his base, run into the range of these Ancient Protectors, and start doing some damage. So I did manage to kill off a Huntress right there, so I'm pretty happy with that. So basically, anything else I can mention to you, he is actually going to be working on some Glaive Throwers soon. Actually, oh, thank God for those sea turtles right there. They totally ripped the crap out of those glaives. Oh, nice. And I think I realized that too. I look at him and I see, alright, he's taking some time to kill some creeps. Why don't I run in there? So I'm going to try to do some damage to him while he's working on these creeps, but I realized he's about finished with those, so I'll just keep my spot. So, but it did manage to kill a Glaive Thrower for me, so I'm very happy about that. By the way, you gotta learn from that mistake there. Yeah, watch your rallies. I would definitely hold down, just rally to a location that's like creep free, hold down shift and then go to your hero, and it'll just go through that. So anyways, Pit Lord's making its way back into my base, almost pulls the surround off. So the Pit Lord is safe, so I'm very happy with this, and now with the Pit Lord, I realize that I can make my way and advance on into the game and actually get this done. So here we go, I'm using the Rain of Fire. He's looking at it for a little bit, then he realizes, oh crap, I gotta do something about this, that Ancient Protector is gonna go down soon. So I'm just gonna keep it going on. Just keep chucking fire at that thing, it'll go down sooner or later. And this will just go on for a little while. And you gotta be patient with it. It won't, it's not a fast process. You just gotta hold your ground, keep it cool, don't make any mistakes, don't get too overconfident. And see, I made a few mistakes myself. I tried to run in a little far close towards that glaive thrower. I run in a little bit, kind of stir him up a bit, and then I run back. And I was just trying to do that to maybe kill his glaive thrower to make this an easier job for me. I mean, with that glaive thrower, you gotta do all this crap. Then he's starting to put a clock onto your base's destruction, and I don't like it. So, don't bother about repairing things until they're at about the 50%, which you're seeing right now on that Ancient Protector. Just keeping up with the repairs and just holding my ground, waiting for the resources to gather. This is the perfect opportunity for me here. Once you saw that hero, heroes are an excellent choice to hit when they're tower rushing. Simply because what's in their inventory. They got a Scroll of Town Portal. Now, if you're in the situation like this, it'll totally cancel out their tower rush. Their towers will be isolated from their army, and those towers will be free experience. They'll be yours for the taking. So here I go. I suppress that tower rush, and now I have a whole bunch of Dryads, and he's got a whole bunch of Huntresses. And so, it's not over yet, definitely. I've lost my Hunter's Hall, I've lost my I've lost my Altar, I can't get to Tier 3, I'm stuck on Dryads. Now, that's really crappy, because he can just make a bunch of glaive throwers, and those Dryads will go down very, very fast. And I had this in mind, too. So I realized with that, I'm going to need a few healing scrolls, because of the splash damage that they give. So I'm just going to do that right now. And what else? Nothing much. If you look at the map, he's coming towards my base, so after I finish these creeps, I'm simply going to town portal. Because when you do get tower rushed and your what do I want to say? Farms or whatever, or your food production is put to a halt, you're going to have a lot of gold. And with that, I would use it to good use. I mean, what I did right here, I bought a Pariah to Vitality for my Demon Hunter. Pretty crazy stuff, but it does keep this DH alive and well, so I am going to portal in here. Just get right on in there. Huntresses can't do crap about it. And I do get a Scroll of Protection just for the purpose of keeping these heroes safe, because, I mean, they're very weak as they are, and that 2 armor would help a lot. Very, very much. So, kind of forced him to run. He forced my portal out of the way, so, yeah, that sucks. I use my 2 scrolls, catch the Priestess. He knows damn well not to use Shadow Meld, and he knows that he can't run out of the way. And so, he's out of there. Alright, so actually, look at him. Look where he portaled. He portaled onto his altar, and he trapped his Priestess of the Moon. Now that thing stuck right there buys me plenty of time here. This is the first time realizing it, to tell the truth. Wait, is he getting Vorpal Blade upgrade? Is he tier? Yeah, he's working on tier 2. There's nothing he can do to take out trees. I didn't know his Priestess was there. If I only found that out, I would have just plowed through his base right then and there. But once you suppress the tower rush, chances are you're gonna probably win the game if you just don't make any huge mistakes. Just once you finish the tower rush, I guess just go offensive for a little bit. If you're still a little bit too out of your league, get a few more resources, because you're going to be loaded full of them if you tower rushes correctly, and just kind of go with it. Sort of the pattern that I'm going for right here. Don't try to, engross yourself into their base. I mean, if I kept my heroes in there for a long time, they would probably get killed. So if your heroes are a little weak, don't get too careless. Make sure they're at full health to ensure the fact that, you're going to do great. So, okay, and once you get the level 2 Pit Lord, basically, you got the game right then and there. Now, what happens if it's not a Night Elf that tower rushes you, and you got to pick a second hero? Good hero choices to go against these towers, especially human, would be a Beastmaster for the Quill Beasts, And if they're orc, sure, a Beastmaster too, but remember they can get shamans, they can purge those summons of yours. So, gotta think there. You could get a Pit Lord, but those things would die pretty quick to orc. So, anything that can make a lot of piercing damage, stuff that's good on buildings. I mean, hell, you don't need me explaining that. You sort of already know it. Check this out, though. Those 3 wisps that he has, he's playing them once he's free, once he's out of there. Wait, did he? Yeah, he got the Vorpal upgrade. No, he hasn't gotten that yet. I wasn't looking at his base. Oh, yeah, he uprooted and ate him. That's right. So what he's doing right here, if you notice, if you're checking out my base, he's making those 3 APs. He's just getting ready. He's waiting to advance on me, and if you look, if I wasn't so cautious, if I didn't run back into my base, I would have totally been oblivious to all of these ancients. And see how he's running in right now. And if you think of this battle going on again, where he's got 3 APs sitting behind him, and now he's got a bunch of glaive throwers, and I've got nothing but dryads. That sucks so bad. And so I managed to catch that just in time. So there you go. It pays to be a little cautious. With the Howl of Terror, totally negates the aura, and then some. -3 damage on these hunts. They're back to where they used to be. So he is engrossed on killing my heroes, so I just beef those heroes up for a little bit. Demon Hunter gets a little weak, no problem. Use a Potion of Invulnerability, use Rejuvenation on that guy. Healing Scroll, all that stuff. And so I really wasn't worried too much about his hero, so what I did, I just took out as many Huntresses as I can. That gives you, that would give me the most experience. And I'm being really careless with this Pit Lord. I don't put all the commands for it to go back into my base, and that one Huntress is going to finish it off. If you know that if he's probably going to chase it, just do some shift rallies or something. I mean, you gotta be a little careful there. See, here's me getting a little overconfident with this rush again. I'm losing units to Ancient Protectors. I lost a whole lot of Dryads to those APs, and it's starting to show. It actually, I really had him there. Now it's sort of back to where it was like 10 minutes ago. So, So, I'm just making sure that it's stable, at least that he doesn't construct any more Ancient Protectors. It's not a huge problem. I'm taking out these Wisps because, well, those will repair the APs, so simple enough as it is. So I have bear form now, so those APs will be a little easier for me to take out, and especially when they have the second weapon upgrade on me there. And the best part is about the Pit Lord, I forgot to mention this to you guys, is I was expecting something like, if he's not getting Dryads, he's going to get some form of ranged, because these hunts, they're going to die fast. So he's definitely not getting Huntresses. He's going to get something else. Well, what else? You got to think, what else can he get besides Huntresses? Because you know he's not going to get that. Well, he can get Archers, but Archers would be no problem, because you have a Pit Lord to cast Rain of Fire on all those Archers. And look at this, he's making Archers. Other choices would be, say, Dryads, Dryad against Dryad. That'd actually be a good choice, because the Pit Lord would be rendered useless. But the thing is, he's already made 2 Ancients of War, and he's put all this energy into making a Tower Rush and all that stuff. He just put so much into it to make all that possible that it's a little too late now. And if I would have attacked his base, remember when I kind of ran out of the way, this is when he was making those 3 Ancient Protectors on the foothills of my base entrance. If he was making some Dryads at that point in the game, you would have easily seen it in his army. I mean, just the low amount of units, because I mean, think of it, what's going to have more units? A guy that made 2 AOWs and just pumping units like mad, or a guy that took a little time to tech? Well, if he took a little time to tech and I already did that to him, the game would be over, so I don't know. So here we go. I'm just basically finishing it up here. I saw Archers, so I was very happy with that. And by the way, I put my my level 3 point into Howl of Terror. See, the archer is 17 to 21 minus 5. That is beautiful. So anyways, just basically cleaning it up right now. You see the replay, how close it is to being finished. Oh, it's finished right now. So that's pretty much it for this one. This is part 2 of the Tower Rush. That's it for this one. See you all again. What? The audio's over. The hell are you expecting something funny to happen?